Hello guys, and welcome back. And we are going to discuss an exciting problem from ISIMS at 2020 PSB problem 8. The beautiful thing about this problem is that this problem may seem very hard. Okay, I will tell you the reason. And also, during the exam, if you see, this is like a checker for you. If you see that you're in an exam, the PSB problems are becoming longer and longer. It's becoming complicated and complicated. That means you're going the wrong way. For each and every PSB problem, there is a shorter, exists an easy way out. Okay, you have to catch that way. This is such a nice example to show that. Okay, let's go ahead into the solution of this. So understand that, assume that x1 xn is a random sample from normal mu comma 1, which mu is equal to mu is a real number, and to test whether it's simple hypothesis that mu is equal to 0 versus mu is equal to 1. So for the fixed integer, we are constructing n minus m plus 1 statistic, which is m window mean. Okay, that is, we are taking m of the random variables and we're taking the mean of that, and we're checking the maximum of all those is greater than some number or not. This is a very intuitive rejection region, that we reject h naught if maximum of them is greater than some cm alpha or not. The question is that we have to find that cm alpha, so that the size of the test is at most alpha. At most is a keyword over here. So let's get started, guys. You should understand that. Let's try to make it mathematical now. Like, what do we need to find? We need to find that under h alpha, under h naught, there is mu is equal to 0. The xi follows normal mu comma 1, that is 0 comma 1 under h naught. You have to find that probability mu is equal to 0 is a type 1 error. Probability mu is equal to 0, the rejection region, that is t of the nth order, n minus m plus 1th order statistic of t's is greater than cm alpha. This is at most, size is at most less than equal to alpha. It's at most alpha. Okay. This at most alpha will be really helpful. Now understand, we'll use something really interesting. This probability mu equal to 0, this tr, this individual, the maximum is greater than some number. It means if the maximum of set of numbers is greater than some number, then at least one of the numbers must be greater than that cm alpha, right? At least one of the ti must be greater than cm alpha, right? And what is that, guys? What is the mathematical set theoretic probabilistic form writing that? That is done by writing that T1 is greater than cm alpha, or T2 is greater than cm alpha, or Tn is greater than cm alpha. And this will just solve your problem, just instantly. I'll show you how. This probability is equal to this probability. This must be less than equal to alpha. This is what we have got, right? And therefore, what we have got now you can use Boole's inequality. This is less than equal to, this thing is less than equal to now what? Well, now this is less than, we have to find the same alpha, that this is less than equal to alpha. Now what we will show, we have to show this. Okay. Now what we will do, this by Boole's inequality is less than equal to summation of probability ti greater than cm alpha, I from 1 to n minus m plus 1, and boom, this is done. We will now use this as alpha. So this, you understand, we are not getting the exact bound. Okay, we are not getting exactly equal to alpha. We want less than equal to alpha. This is the idea. You can give a loose bound. Okay, so try to get into the problem, guys. Don't just go by the normal ways you have done. You have to explore the problem, guys. That's the beauty of ISIM stat examination. Ti under h naught, Ti follows what? Ti follows normal 0 comma 1 by m. Variance of each of this is 1, so adding up is m, by m is m square, 1 by m square, so it's 1 by m. So therefore, root m into ti follows normal 0 comma 1, that is z, the standard normal variable, right? So therefore, this is same as, so we'll count such as cm alpha. You must be wondering what is on the left hand side. I will tell you what is on the left hand side. It is the way that usually all people will do, and I did it initially. Okay, and understood that is the right way out. So understand that now you have to convert do it in terms of phi. It's given in the question that we have to convert into the standard normal. So this is this. Okay. Now this is same as, this is equal to alpha. We will consider this as alpha. And what we'll do is that summation of I from 1 to n minus m plus 1 is, this is what? This is probability z. This is 1 minus phi of root m cm alpha is equal to this. It's individually one of them. So what we got? We got this alpha, and how do we get this Cm alpha? It's very simple. So it's actually n minus m plus 1 into 1 minus, because each of them has identically distributed, not independent, but identically distributed, equal to alpha. Therefore, we get that phi of root m into Cm alpha is equal to 1 minus alpha by n my m plus 1. Okay, and therefore we get that Cm alpha is therefore phi inverse of 1 by root m, phi inverse of 1 minus alpha by n minus m plus 1. Very simple, very beautiful. Okay, it's very simple, guys. It's very simple. And yep, so you can find it about this, you can learn more about this, guys, and you can do more about this, but it's an exact bound. So we get the Cm alpha for which it's less than or equal to alpha. It's exactly what is required, and this problem is solved. Use just Boole's inequality. It's a simple few steps problem, guys. The main idea was this, guys. Okay, you see, the problem can be solved in 5 minutes if you get the idea. The main thing is to get the idea that you are going the right way or the wrong way. Now let's do the wrong way now. So the main thing is that whenever you see something like this, the first thing that strikes the mind that, oh, I have to use Jacobian because it's a transformation of the random variable to a different transformation of random variable. Okay, and let's use Jacobian. Sometimes Jacobian is useful. In fact, in one of these problems, Jacobian is useful. And in fact, in that problem, Jacobian is not needed in the sense that you can easily do it by some logical arguments. Okay, so we need to find this, right? And we instantly convert it to, so the thing is that we instantly convert it to problems like Jacobian, that we need to convert this. Ti's are actually a function of xi's, and it looks like this. And you can feel that maybe you have to construct a matrix as that this is invertible. This matrix is invertible from xi to ti's. And if you construct a matrix, it will look something like this, very horrible. In fact, you can find it out that the first step, that if you put 1 by n, 1 by, that is the last ones. It's not n dimension, n dimension. If you do last one, n minus m plus 2 dot xn, each of them by m, then this will give a very good result. Okay, this will give an invertible matrix. You can easily prove it because it's an upper triangular matrix, and you can show that its determinant is non-zero. Main problem comes is from this Jacobian, when you want to find it out, that this is a proof to show that I was using Jacobian, okay, initially. This is to find it out that the A inverse is really not computable from here. It's very hard to compute. So this will give an idea, okay, this is not the right way approach. Okay. The inverse of upper triangular matrix is not easy to find out. So it's not an examination problem, okay? It's a good problem, but it's not an examination problem. So therefore, you must understand from here, while you go into the Jacobian part, that it is not doable by the Jacobian. So you must need something more ingenuine, more like something really interesting. That's why the solution is there, using just Boole's inequality, guys. So it's a really beautiful problem, and we are, this is ISI like PSV problem. So we are I think the registration for ISI is again opened, and the mock test for ISI is really ready in our hands in Chinta Statistics Analytics department for ISI MSTAN. Do enroll in the link will be given in the YouTube channel. Do enroll there, guys, and the problems are beautiful. We have just made beautiful problems, guys, with our own hands, and also we have subjective mock test. So do enroll, guys, and if you want to give a free mock test, it's out in the website. Go and check it out, guys. All the best, and all the best to preparation. It's a really beautiful examination. Enjoy it, guys. Stay tuned and stay blessed. Bye.